to love this show.
Why?
Because it's so beautiful.
Good evening. Welcome to the Urban Lounge, the melting pot of entertainment in Lagos. Now, one of the good things about this show is you never can tell who we're going to have on our stage. One of these days, I might just be singing. Andre will be dancing back up. Andre, what do you think about that?
That might happen, but only if this was a strip club. Now, to move on with it, the Urban Lounge is one of those places where truly remarkable entertainment comes to rest. And the first person we have to showcase to you tonight is someone who used to be #2 for one of the most popular maxed men in Africa. His name was Lagbaja. Tonight, she's not only #1 by herself, she's also #1 on our showcase for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the phenomenal Ego. Welcome back to the Urban Lounge, and welcome, Ego.
Thank you.
Now, first and foremost, I've got to say, I've been a big fan of your work from a distance, but that was likely one of the most mind-blowing vocal ranges I've ever had to experience. You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Which, of course, leads me to a bunch of questions. I mean, you know me, I'm the inquisitive one. Leos are all that. First, you were best known for your work with Lagbaja.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you stepped away from that and there was just you. How did you successfully break away from a known brand name and, I don't know, find you?
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. I mean, at that point, though, it was a decision that I had to make. It was a step I had to, take because I wanted to start my solo career.
Yeah.
I just felt I'd reached that point, like the highest point for me with Lagbaja, and I'd done all that I could do there. And it was just something I needed to do. And I've been lucky. And, because of my work with him, that helped. You know, a lot of people, okay, fine, I had the experience and everything, but I had to still prove myself, as ego. So, but so far so good. It's been wonderful.
Now, obviously, standing out on your own, do you ever get a little bit lonely?
Sometimes, yes, sometimes, because I'm so used to, all the guys around me and not really being, I'm not like that.
No, please, go right ahead.
And not really being, at the forefront, like just a little bit behind, Okay. But now I'm like out there, and it's scary. Very,
with
very
your band, you still have guys behind you.
Yeah, I have guys behind me, so that's cool.
Well, having guys behind you is one thing. Now, rumor has it, and this is more urban legend than rumor. On tour, there were 14 guys regularly in Lagbaja's troupe, and you were the only female. Now, I have just one question, two questions. First,
I cannot imagine.
How, in heaven's name, did you maintain any sort of privacy? And second, how did you come away from that still being a girl?
Well, I wasn't really a girl, like a girly.
Are you going to show me your sideburns now?
No. I'm actually a tomboy. I'm just trying to be a chick now, like seriously. So it was very easy for me, and I still do have a lot of male friends. I'm much more comfortable with guys. So it wasn't so difficult, but getting to know them because they were from different backgrounds, coming from a different place entirely. It wasn't easy. I fought with each and every one of them, like seriously, and then got to know each other better.
Did you win?
Most times. Most times I won. So I mean, I just got so used to them, so used to them, and they were like my brothers. I would change, like, help me my zipper, and it was nothing to them. I'm serious. It was nothing. It was nothing.
I chose the wrong career.
It was nothing to them. They just got so used to me. And they became very protective of me, and it was good. It was good. It wasn't that hard.
Moving on from the band, from Lagbaja, and to you. You've grown, 2 singles out, 2 videos out.
Two great videos.
Very great videos, yeah. I just saw the last one premiered last week, I think.
Yeah,
about 2 weeks ago.
Days ago.
And I watched the video and I had goosebumps. And I'm just thinking, there was a doll crying in the video. Why did you pick such a controversial subject? Because
it was a Hammer House, a horror moment for me.
Yeah, I mean, the whole idea of the video was, to make people think.
Okay.
I mean, we know we have problems, but sometimes you just say it, yeah, this thing happened, and you go on with your life, but you don't really understand it. And we just felt we needed to show people more, about what happened, and it was just like a reference. It's not like, oh, we're talking about a particular thing, a particular place.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot has happened since then, and it's the same thing over and over again. So it's like, we have been through this craziness. It's time to deal with the issues without killing each other. We don't need to. We're not solving anything by doing that. And it was just the art thing, using the doll and everything, just to show that I mean, we're once happy, and even the doll is crying. That's really crazy. Like we lost all.
Wow.
So
you just helped me banish a couple of nightmares. That's great.
I was shot by Kemi Adetiba, by the way.
Oh, we know.
Kemi Adetiba.
We know.
Yeah, it was cool.
We know, obviously. Now, moving away from Ego and her previously maxed man, still maxed, sorry.
Still maxed.
Onto another maxed man. We've heard how much chemistry she had with Lagbaja. Now, I'm wondering, how much chemistry would you have sitting down with somebody who wears a mask as well? Some days.
True. Some days, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sound Sultan!
How you doing, man? First and foremost, I've got to say the hair is working for you, man. Totally.
I want to send a shout out to my barber.
All right, now, Sultan, I'm going to try and be serious with you because That in itself is a feat. That's just attempted for some ways. Now, first, I'm curious about one thing. As far as music goes, you're possibly one of the people who has put in the most work from your entire class, your annual class, so to speak. And you still make great music for the clubs and the secular arena and everything. But you're also known in your private life to be a particularly devout person religiously. So my question, and this is one I've always wanted to ask, is how do you manage to merge the two things? I mean, how?
No, I have managers. I don't have. I leave the management to someone else. Okay. But seriously speaking, I just believe after the amount of years I've been in the game, I've been able to learn and experience, how to just be myself and let everything go and let everything come at every time I need them to come. Do you understand it? Being a father and a married man.
Oh yeah,
husband, father,
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you very much. My present. Moving on. Being a father, being a musician, being a songwriter, being a producer, I just know how to strike a balance between the whole thing and move on. It's not like when you get too serious sometimes, that's when the problem comes. When you just let everything breathe, it'll come easy.
Then it all just works.
Yeah, by God's grace. Sometimes they say you can't define greatness, or you cannot defend greatness. Oh, yes. Yes, you don't have to know how to explain it. It just happens. And people think it's extraordinary, but to you, it's just coming free. Like that. Nothing to you.
Okay, now you put a lot of work into your music and into your persona. Off question though, is that part of the get up for today?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, should I be getting one of those so I can be cool too?
Children at home, don't try this. You must have gone through what I've gone through to have this. I don't want you to go through that. So, yeah, I sustained one body injury.
Oh wow!
On the basketball court. And the only person I told before going was Kemi, Adetiba. I don't know. We're just having this quiet BlackBerry argument about Lakers, Boston, and okay, I want to go and play basketball. That was all. I go there, injure me. So I asked her.
We'll investigate her.
She said she has nothing to do.
Okay, but no, really. Really, do you sometimes feel like the public don't fully appreciate the amount of work that's put into music and into the persona that you've created for them?
I hate people when they sulk. Man up and sulk it and do whatever it is to get them to look and to get them to give you that desired thing that you think they're not giving to you. See, that's why you see I strike a balance between everything. When I start my music, I always make sure when my album is coming out, after releasing 5 albums, you might just be predictable. So what I do is I make sure I come out with what people know me with, being that advocate for social change and being whatever my mind really wants me to be, and then also to move with the crowd, but not watering down. Give them something to dance to, but while they're dancing as well, something to think about. So that's how I strike my own balance. I make sure I make some money for Zara to go to school while I...
Okay.
Got anything to say about that?
No, I think I'm pretty good. I'm just going to take a few minutes and review how well I've done.
How well you've done in what exactly?
Out of my business, woman. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go off to a few commercials, and then we'll come back and we'll find out a little bit more about Sultan right here on the Urban Lounge.
It's still the Urban Lounge, ladies and gentlemen. We're still drilling Sultan.
I just sounded wrong.
I have one major question for you. One major question.
Nobody can drill me.
Nobody can drill you.
Drill him as much as you
As we drilled you, right? I'm saying.
It's not fair.
We've been pleasant.
Now,
He's not the driller, he's the drilling.
I will try. I will try. Let me see if this question riles you a little bit.
Okay.
Now, you're probably more popular than the president. Probably? Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, baby.
But you know that fame has its constraints as well. So I'm wondering, this is my personal question to you.
All right.
Do they charge you more when you try to buy gala in traffic?
You buy gala?
The first question should have been, do you buy gala in traffic?
So you're trying to say you don't eat gala anymore?
See your questions. First ask the first one. Do you buy gala in traffic?
Okay.
And I'll answer you.
Do you eat
yes,
gala?
I buy from somebody in my car, not me eating it. Then you now ask, oh, do you know?
Pay extra. Okay, fine. When you buy gala for people in your car, in traffic.
Let me start by saying, anybody moving with me, as maybe my own crew or my people that work with me, they know I don't eat from home. And they'll be looking at me like this and watching the time like, gala, before they die, they were like, and when they call gala, I was like, buy for me. I was like, don't you remember that you're hungry or something? It's when they bring food you want to eat. I'm like, yeah, that's how I work. So I work on the road, I eat as I go.
In short, you eat gala.
So in short, you do eat gala.
Are we doing that for gala? Yes, I eat sausage.
You know what? Instead of dwelling on adverts, I have a much better thing to offer here.
Yeah.
Now, we all know that in Nigeria, musicians are renowned to be 10% skill and 90% myth. Well, one of those myths is live performances.
And releasing 5 albums. Buy the 5th one. The 5th one is very lovely. It's called Back from the Future. Go on.
Fantastic.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But first and foremost, let's put you through our personal litmus test. Sultan, we'd like to see you take the stage and show your people what you have.
And turn litmus paper blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sultan.
All right.
Say now 2010, we don't know when 2010 things then, but now we waiting must say 2010 no
Morning, Robert Loud, did it too.
I want to be like Moses, show my people them to the promised land, but then I noticed something new. We will try and run the underground, no I see them my child, look them from south, cause me and here is government people. Rise up my God, Junior is your man. Tell them you were tired of the evil. I know I look to my church, look them from south, me and here is government people. So rise up my God, rise up my God, and tell them you were tired of the evil. You don't take when they don't know. You don't take when they don't know. Say the leaders they are after the world. They choose themselves like any mighty road. Tomorrow, see them eye like reflection.
This in the commercials.
See them begin you. Woman begin them. So let's see them all. Look them from far. We are here with government people. So as a marcher, raise your hand back. Tell them you were tired of the people. I see them right. Look
We're back. It's still the Urban Lounge, still riveting performances in front of a live audience. Now, they do say that good things come in small packages, and this particular one is really tiny, but what she packs inside of her is a lot. You probably recognize her by her government name. Ladies and gentlemen, Tosyn Bucknor! Okay.
We're going to have a problem sitting down.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah, okay. We're going to...
Something like Shona.
I think you should help me and put me on the chair. Okay. Be a gentleman.
Yeah.
We're going to work it out.
This one can work. Just act like Shona and just be there for a while.
Just like sex, exactly. Yeah.
Can I do the whole interview like this?
Comfortable that way.
I insist you be seated, Tosyn. A few of our questions might knock you off your feet.
All right, then. I think you should just lift me and put me on the chair.
Exactly.
Baby, anytime, baby.
Right.
Anything can happen, right?
The reasons I love television are endless. Absolutely. Now, Tosyn.
Yes.
You're famous for a lot of things.
Okay.
And that's something I can't say about a lot of people, but you're one of them.
Yeah.
Now, you're also famous for being about the only person who openly admits to having multiple personalities that are all active. So I'm going to try.
What did you do? What did you do?
Sultan, keep your hands to yourself.
I was going to do the exact same thing.
I'm going to try and chart a few of them.
Okay.
I mean, the ones I know, for instance.
Okay.
Let's see. Who's Abisona?
Abisona, Speech Girl, that's like the same person, but Speech Girl is the non-commercial one. She does it for the arts. Abisona is the commercial one, but that's the writer.
Okay, okay. Who is Hazel?
Ah, Hazel. Hazel is the, I don't think I'm allowed to say this word on air, but Hazel is, you know, that person you don't want to meet at night. She's a little bit mean, but you know, we use her for business. When we need to talk about money, we send Hazel in. Like, you go do your thing.
Okay, so she's not Niger Blonde. Because
Then who is Niger Blonde?
Niger Blonde is, you know, the fun party girl. She's the one who made us wear this dress. Because she's like, I need to show my legs. You guys always go out without me. I have to show my legs. You can't wear your jeans.
Who are we talking to now?
It's a good question. Now, the final person I'd like to get an introduction to is Contradiction. Who's that?
Oh, okay. Well, Contradiction is the music persona. And funny enough, you know, a lot of people discovered Contradiction later, but she's actually always been there. It's always been Tosyn, Hazel, and Contradiction.
and the others joined the Tea Party.
Right. Sultan, you know, you can make your rude motion now. Just go ahead.
I do want to say something. Daddy, if you're watching this, honestly, the money you paid for school and all that, it didn't go to waste. It's just that, you know, I didn't really go to class, but yeah, back.
Did you say Yaba?
I didn't say Yaba left or right. I didn't say anything about Yaba.
Okay, now moving away from all of your personalities, first and foremost, people recognize you as an on-air personality. Yeah. And I'm wondering, you know, they say OAPs make or break artists. How important really is the job of an on-air personality to a musical career?
You know, I think the important thing for everyone who has a dream to know is that you're going to get where you're meant to go. Like, no matter what, there isn't one person who has the key to your career or who decides what you're going to do. But I do think that what usually happens with OAPs and with the good ones is sometimes you just fall in love with someone. You fall in love with an artist, you fall in love with a song. There's some people that are just, you know, the talent is undeniable. Thankfully, 2 of them are very good examples and they're sitting beside me. Like, yes. You know, a sound sultan. No, I mean, like, you know, a sound sultan who every time he comes out redefines things. He's never been a copy of anybody else. He's always been himself. And he's always found a way of speaking the truth. You know, speaking the truth, but helping you dance. Like, you're there dancing up to Light Up Nigeria, like, it's true, I don't have lights up. And I can't do Light Up Nigeria, you know, he's always gonna. And Ego, whose voice is just so amazing. Like, you know, yeah, I do sing and I perform, but like, when you have someone like an ego beside you whose voice is just so amazing, who when she's on stage, like, you can't keep your eyes off her. Like, some people make your job actually easier than others, to be honest.
The 2 of you must feel very uncomfortable right now.
Now you stay.
Oh, by the way, so we'll collect the check after. So go on, you were saying.
You're cute. All right, now, Tosyn, my question is rather simple. I'm going to go back to your personas. Now, I understand that your music persona is possibly the most popular right now, aside from your activities as a radio presenter, which I gather do not involve any of your personas, just the basic one you came out the womb with. Yeah, you heard me.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, how easy is it to focus on writing music when you have, what, 3, 4 other people banging on the doors of your mind, like, let me in there? How does Contradiction get the time to write?
Well, it's 2 things. One is that, to be honest, a lot of what I'm doing now, it comes from plans I've made a long time ago. And that's, you know, something for anyone who wants to do stuff. Like, it's not at the point where the camera is on you that you start making up your mind what to do. Even with radio, I had those ideas before I got the job. So it wasn't like, okay, now you have the job, now think about it. So like with Contradiction, for example, I had actually been writing songs like a little bit inside. I started out with poetry, and then I started writing songs. Mainly because boys are mean and they break your heart. And then, you know, you need an outlet. Yeah, you know, so like boys give you a lot of material, so you're just always writing, hate you. I hope when you go out today, you don't see your favorite shirt. You know, so it started out like that.
That's all we're known for?
Yeah, that might be it. That might
be it. You know, so like, I'd actually been writing for a while.
Okay.
But like, even now, like the material comes sometimes from the conflict that we have, you know, in terms of, people see me as a very happy person. People hardly see when I cry or when, you know, I'm sad. So like in those moments, that's when Contradiction is able to express herself. Like she writes all the pain that we have inside, you know. And at this point, I'm really not mad, honestly. I just
let me jump in and say.
You're just, you know.
Like 3/4 of the movie now, they will tell you the same thing.
I'm just very special.
Let me jump in and
I have 5 birthdays, by the way, but yeah, so you were going to say.
You kind of threw me off with that one.
Yeah.
But really, let me help you out a little bit so people stop focusing on the 7 people that are on stage right now. This is the point where we take off the gloves, you know. Just take them off and ask you those questions that we want to know that you hope we're not going to ask you, but we're still going to ask you anyway.
Okay, so give me a second.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire, ladies and gentlemen.
Rapid fire, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, we're going to start this off really simple. Ego, our first question goes to you. Now, we understand that in the course of your career, you developed and fostered a really great relationship and friendship with possibly one of the most enigmatic performers in Nigeria. Now, we assume you guys still keep in touch.
Oh, yes, we do.
And he has a BlackBerry?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't?
That's a MasterBerry.
I don't.
You don't know if he has a BlackBerry. But of course, at some point in the course of your time with him, you must have taken a picture together. Preferably without the mask.
Gang, gang.
So this is your truth or dare moment.
Okay.
Can we see the picture?
No, you
Would you guys like to see the picture?
I would like to see the picture.
Would you like to see the picture of what Lagbaja actually looks like?
Picture!
Where's the picture?
Okay, since you guys are calling me out.
Why? Oh, come on, man.
We didn't want to reveal it, but now.
It was just a way of me trying to make money 2 ways.
That's it.
Come on, serious. I look like you know that.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, Sultan or Lagbaja as the case may be. We're going to go into you for a second. Now, you're known as one of those people who comes up immediately to defense of your friends if they ever get into trouble. I mean, a couple of years ago, you had to fight for Two-Face when he was being criticized for, well, basically for being Two-Face.
Yeah.
Now, thank you.
Soundtrack.
Now, very recently, as recent as a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
two of your friends, well, one of your siblings and another of your friends lashed out at each other openly on a social network. Goldie took very, very painful shots at Baba D, your elder brother. And I need to understand, being both a great friend and a very reliable brother, how did you feel in that situation, knowing that two people you really loved were clashing?
I'm confused now. The great friend being Babadi.
Being Goldie.
Oh, okay. I don't know, like you were saying the features or the qualities I shared with Babadi. All right, the thing is, I was off, you know, unlike me, a very addicted Twitter person. I was off Twitter that day. So I guess that was what explained my objectivity, my
Lack of response?
yeah, you can say that. You know, but seriously speaking, yeah, I don't see the reason why people would take such shots at themselves on Twitter like that. I asked my brother, I was like, yo, let it go. I'm like, okay, it's not really that important, is it?
So you didn't ever have to mediate or, you know, call a mafia style sit down and have them work it out?
No, I might have a problem if the person has too many followers, but you know, no, but seriously, I'm just
I'm going to take a little time to
I'm
digest
not
that. My next question goes to you, and it's a rather simple one. Urban legend has it that one day, a long time ago, you went out. You were met by a young man in your persona as Adesona. You guys got to know each other as Speech Girl. You were wined and dined as Niger Blonde. And then one day, the first beautiful kiss took place as Contradiction.
Do you even understand this?
Oh, hang on.
Do you even understand what
Hang
I'm
on.
saying?
And then sometime a little bit later, a few kisses on, as Hazel, you opened your eyes once and you looked this young man in the eye, who you had known for a couple of months by then, and asked him, I'm sorry, who are you? Did that actually happen?
No.
So you guys were dating?
see where he wants to resolve Andre, but we've said we're not going to be talking about things like this on camera.
We did?
Yeah. But no, that doesn't happen. Don't worry, we're all conscious of what we do. Believe me, if Contradiction was kissing anybody, we all knew about it.
So isn't that no longer a private kiss? I mean, when there's 5 people involved in it?
Well,
There's a French name for that, but I'm not going to say it. No.
well, I mean, ultimately in the end,
I'm keeping space for all the other people.
what I would like to point out though is that Andre seems to understand the personas. And you know what they say about show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. The fact that he understands this persona is starting to worry me. Andre, why? Do you understand?
He also flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Who's Andre?
Oh, okay.
Blaze.
Okay.
I'm going to come in, cut in, and try and resolve the situation.
Yes.
We can all breathe easy now.
And breathe some sanity.
Yeah, we've landed pretty safely, I'd say.
The worst is over.
Say thanks to your pilot, Andre.
Oh,
Thank you.
Open the music, the soul, the art of living with.
and gentlemen, we're at the point where we eventually let the curtains drop on this episode of The Urban Lounge.
But thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we'd like to thank our guests, a.k.a. Sultan and Tosyn Bucknor. Remember, if you want to get info about the show, just send an email to urbanlounge@aboriginalproductions.com. Nigeria, Africa, good night.
Good night. We'll call you, Tosyn. Which of your ears do I put the phone next to?
And then encourage Banty.
Rise for you when you call on me. Do for you everything to uphold your glory. Fight for you with all the strength in me. Turn it all around and tell a better story. That's what I'll do for you. That's what I have to give you. 'Cause I believe in you. Don't let them deceive you. We're gonna make